Okay, so today is the Q&A session. What is Bhante's opinion when a Buddhist disciple of a master spread misconduct of her master with the intention of getting him to disrobe? What's the outcome of the karma involved? She even circulated photostat copies, I think photostat copies of misconduct to other disciples. Okay. What's Bhante's opinion when a Buddhist disciple? Now, here you must know that I'm trying to answer your question here, and also I do not know the background of what is the misconduct of a master, whether the misconduct is true or not true. I really do not know, and also I do not know what is the intention of the particular devotee who wants to spread all these things, whether the truth or lies, to other people. What's her intention? Is it real? Is it as in a motive? Is it an ulterior motive or motives? I really do not know. I really do not know. But apart from this thing, if that particular master have a lot of misconduct, then of course the karma will catch up with him, And if sometimes if the karma doesn't catch up with him yet, maybe the law, or sometimes if his misconduct is a terrible misconduct, break the Vinaya rules only, but maybe break the social rules, the law of the country or so on, then the law may catch up with him too, so it's hard for me to this one. If the karma, if she do it with ulterior motive, then there's a terrible consequences. Sometimes it's this type of things. If there's truly ulterior motive because that monk hurt her or whatever, and then she gets very angry, hold a strong grudge, a strong resentment, want to get revenge in that sense, then she circulated all these things, then there will be definitely terrible karma, and that terrible karma end in hell. This one. So I cannot answer your question. I cannot really answer your question properly. Now you ask a second question, but the thing is that I don't really understand what you mean about your question here. Do we need to know the Dhamma with Saddha, faith with wisdom? One's foundation is not strong if one do charity with wisdom. Okay, so I don't understand your question. So I asked Sister Hun Leng to ask you to rephrase your question, and then you replied, only faith with no Dhamma knowledge, one can easily be converted into other religion. And it makes me even more confused. I don't know what you replied and how you're going to connect with your charity and so on. Yeah? But after thinking about it now, I think what you want is this. I think let me this one first. I think what you want is this. You want to cut this thing off. Cut this thing off lah. All these things you cut off. Perhaps you want to know if one's foundation, if one's is not strong, if one's do charity without wisdom, then maybe easier for me to this one. Now, if your foundation is not strong, let's say when you want to do a generosity, charity, service, and you do not have much wisdom here is the wisdom of the Dhamma, not just everyday wisdom. The wisdom here means you may not know karma and its effect, kamma vipaka, or you do not know dependent origination, or you do not know the 5 precepts, or you do not know all these things. Okay, so when you do not know these things, the teachings of the Buddha, or even there is a merits. That means they say when you do something good, there will be wholesome, there will be happy resultant, in the terms of good merits. Also karma too. So if one do not have that foundation, then the charity, the service, or the giving, it's still giving. There are still wholesome merits, but it is not that strong compared to another person who has the wisdom of karma and vipaka, wisdom of Four Noble Truth, wisdom of the 5 precepts, wisdom of the merits in that sense. If they have that with wisdom, then that wisdom will become very supportive in the sense of it will make the merits even more stronger. Even to make the merits even more stronger. Sometimes there are devotees, may think that when you do dana, don't think about the merit, don't think about the merit, don't think about merit. After you think of merit, you can attach to the merit. Well, there is some truth into it, because there are people who attach to the result, in the sense that do this good deeds already. After that, I go buy the number and I strike the lottery. You attach to the result. When you attach to the result, that becomes the attach. There's a charity. It comes with attachment, which is not good. Still charity, still there's wholesomeness, but it's tainted by greed here. But if you offer this dana and you do this charity and you become generous, and then you understand there is a merit involved, there will be good merits will arise, but you are not attached to it. You have understanding about your action. Then when you do that, then therefore the merits will be powerful and not tainted with greed. It's not tainted with greed. Okay? So something like that. I think what you mean, because I have no much of this one. The sada comes because perhaps you have a lot of faith in doing good deeds. Wonderful, the faith in doing, that good deeds is good, because when there's a wisdom, then they'll be perfect. Yeah?